welcome to episode 91 of the Army ThinkTank podcast. I am Jen.
Jess.
And this week we are joined by the special guest, Mariah and Tamyra from OnlySeven.shop. Welcome, guys.
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome.
We're so happy to be here.
Yay!
So how are you guys doing? How's it going this week? That's always the first question we asked.
It's going pretty well. Between work and school and like preparing for our second launch, it's been a little bit of a whirlwind.
Yeah.
But some small business life. That's sort of the webs and flows of that.
Yeah, we do it. I think a small business and like being students and also working is like hard, but
I'm assuming
pretty
a lot
good
of balancing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of balancing.
So Jess, how are you doing this week?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. We switched schedules, so like I was on nights, but now I'm on days. So the balancing back and forth between those things is always a
Wait, you're back on
nightmare.
days?
Yeah, so they're shooting in the evening, and then I'm doing my work in the morning. So yeah.
Good thing we record on Sundays now.
They like changed the schedule to this week, so they're actually shooting Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I basically had like maybe a day and a half off from this week. Stupid. It's been stupid. It's fine. I'm fine. I promise.
It is what it is, I guess.
It is what it is. How are you doing, Jen?
I have COVID.
Well.
No.
But today, as we're recording, I'm doing a lot better.
Nice.
I'm pretty much on the mend. My symptoms are pretty much all, gone or going. So my voice is a little shitty, but it hasn't been the worst that it's been. But yeah, otherwise, that's pretty much what has been like keeping me busy, because like my body was kind of like
Yeah, COVID sucks.
So here we are. But we're really happy to have you guys on the podcast. I mean, it's kind of been a long time coming when we think about it.
Yeah. Actually, though.
Because we've been talking about it for a while.
We have.
We manifested. Now we're here.
Yeah.
And now we're here. That's the thing. We just like, it's one of those things. Like, we are so lucky and so happy that we get to meet so many cool people via this podcast, and to be able to have like our friends come on it and like just like enjoy our time and have some chats. I love it.
And like pick your brain about like how like your creativity and like, what you like to do, and obviously like our common like likes with like K-pop and BTS and all of that. It's always such a good time. And I mean we've had like a long chat before, so we're pretty we know each other. We're not like complete strangers.
No.
So we know it's gonna be a good time.
It is, and we got lots of stuff to talk about today. So we're gonna get into like asking some questions, and then of course we'll talk about all of our BTS stuff like you guys normally love. So
especially because it's spicy this week.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a spicy meme.
It's a spicy week. We have to talk about the spiciness.
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna start by picking you guys' brain.
Okay, pick my brain.
All right, let's do it.
So, well, first things first, we wanted to know, because you guys do mostly like a merch shop, because I mean, we see your beautiful hoodies and they're really, really cute.
Yeah, look at that.
They're really, really cute. We wanted to know, where does your inspiration come from for creating the merch that you guys create?
Yeah, we just so we originally started OnlySeven in like December. We were just like mulling our brains about like self-love and like confidence and like how that all correlates with BTS because they sort of helped us guide us on that journey. And so we were like, we would want to like definitely share this with others. So that we were like, well, the best to show that off, let's put it on merch. And that's what we started with, like the Bordeaux like pastel lilac purple color for armies, and also just anyone really. But yeah, just to sort of spread their like universal message of like self-love and like, yeah, that's pretty much how we started it. And then we've just been trying to keep going.
I love that. I love that you picked like the self-love stuff because I sometimes it's really hard to, you know, love yourself. Like it's one of those things that's always like a journey to go on, and to have a like a reminder like that you're wearing every day to be like, okay, it's okay, like you can love yourself today, even if it's a bad day, even if it's a hoodie and sweatpants kind of a day, you can still love yourself.
Let's be real, those are the best days.
Oh, I agree.
I'm just gonna come out and say it.
I agree, and I love that that's like, and obviously like purple, an iconic BTS ARMY color to start off is like amazing. I love that. So
I think,
go ahead.
I think for me, like I was in a really dark place, and I got introduced to BTS, and and there's like, so like I naturally like the color lilac became a comfort color.
Yeah.
I want to say. And then like I was like, eventually I was like, okay, I need to listen to Kim Namjoon and start loving myself. So I was like, let's make a brand, like, and I love hoodies, so
I love that.
That's a solid thing.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that.
Also, always listen to President Kim Namjoon.
Always. He's our president forever.
Hey.
Always a forever president.
And the back of the hoodie actually says, if you want to love others, you should love yourself first.
Oh.
And that Kim Namjoon, like,
yeah, there's also this whole thing about like that's something I tell a lot of people.
Yeah.
That if you can't live with yourself like how you are and how you show yourself to other people, if you can't live with yourself, then how can you possibly like live with other people and around other people, because you're going to be with yourself the most and for the longest time.
Yeah.
And so that's a very wise quote. But
Namjoon is very wise.
Yeah. Yes, I was gonna say like Namjoon, like I really feel like 2022, he's really been living that.
Oh yeah.
I feel like his confidence just rose. All the members have, honestly, but definitely him.
Yeah.
Most.
That quote like has stuck with me for a very long time. I even like have it on my phone, like it's on my like top part of my phone here, because it's just one of those things that, you know, you forget sometimes, especially like, I don't know about the two of you, but like I unfortunately am a very empathetic person, and so sometimes others' emotions cloud my own and I don't know how to separate the two of them. And so, you know, just having that reminder of like, you need to take care of yourself first before you can take care of others is a huge like thing for me. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, that's totally us too, I feel like.
Yeah, putting like especially like putting people's emotions over yours and then putting yourself on the back burner.
I
think that's something all four of us are pretty guilty of.
Yeah, I honestly have met a lot of armies that's like the thing. So it's a very interesting thing in our fandom.
It is.
Yeah. All of us, you know, we all come from like this like place of like strife and like, you know, heartbreak and all these things, and it's like those are the things that connect us together.
Yeah, it's kind of in a sense kind of also weird because we're all so freaking different, and yet that's one of the things that connects us.
And yet trauma is what brings us together.
Yes.
Our common
God.
trauma. Oh, good Lord. So we also want to know like what a typical sort of like day of a small business is like how do you balance your like real life with your like shop life? Like how does that work and fit into all of your schedules?
Yeah, so like I work during the daytime, so and then I'll like either work on OnlySeven stuff. So the way that be, so we work luckily there's two of us, we split the work
Right.
differently. So I might work on like Instagram images or reels and email marketing and like focusing on like the website, like website upkeep, and Tamyra might work on like working with our manufacturer and looking at new fabrics and different colors and creating new designs.
Oh wow.
Or future launches, which we have, but we're not going to show. But yeah, just doing that. And then like Tamyra, she's also a student. She works and she's also a student.
Oh wow.
So a lot of the times we'll do like photography and things like that, like on the weekends. And then like I'll again create like social media stuff like on the either later at night or also on the weekends. Yeah, but just always trying to remain like flexible while also doing that is like really hard, but
yeah,
very, it's an interesting challenge.
Yeah, there's been days where we won't post for like 6 days. And it's not because like we don't want to, just that we're like we have school or work.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes that gets ahead, but we're trying to get back on track.
Yeah, that's pretty admirable. I don't think I could do it. So you guys are doing great, honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So hard.
Yeah, I find it too with like the work-life balance of like trying to find the perfect balance between like the work that you're doing in order to do the work that you want to do, and then also all of the other stuff that you have on top of that. Is there like an outlet besides your shop that you sort of go to when you're feeling overwhelmed or like very, I can't be creative today, or I can't like do this today? Is there like something that you do, or so like a thing that sort of gives you that inspiration back?
Yeah, so I like to like meditate or do yoga or just work out, and that helps me a lot. And yeah, that helps me. And also Pinterest, which is interesting.
I love Pinterest. I love it.
Right.
I love that.
I used Pinterest before it was cool. I used it in middle school.
I agree. Same. Yeah.
Yes.
I've had my account for a very long time.
Since I was like 12, and now people are just like, it's the new thing. No, it's been the new thing. Y'all just late.
No.
But yeah, those are some things that help me sort of keep inspiration.
For me, I would say Pinterest, but also BTS videos.
True.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Even for our shop, like I'll take like quotes or like colors that they have probably worn, and I'll use that as like inspiration.
I love that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a really good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
We literally have like Taeyoung colors, Jimin colors, and it's cool.
That's how we organize our colors, like on our Canva account where you make like designer things.
Yeah.
By members.
Oh my God.
That's smart.
That is honestly like that's genius. I love that.
Smart.
I love that.
Listen, I wish I like when I don't want to do things, I had like the drive to go and do like stuff that will also help with the thing I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Because I just go on TikTok.
I mean, TikTok, Instagram, it's
I have a problem.
Listen.
Don't we all?
It's understandable.
It's
TikTok is a problem.
Well, because you can just like scroll for hours. Like it's one of those things where you can just constantly
you know this TikTok dude that just appears whenever you're scrolling too much. It's like stop or whatever. I just scroll past him.
Yeah, I'm like
I don't want to see.
Get out of here. So obviously you guys like have your shop, and it's a huge like inspiration from BTS. Is there any other like ways that you sort of like have BTS in your like everyday life besides your like shop?
I'm gonna go ahead and say that I have some merch,
Oh,
some BTS themed merch, specifically. Either from
Just-
other armies or just
Jess and
also
I just being like,
right, exactly, exactly that.
Yeah.
That's another way. I
I
have
mean,
I have a Jungkook playlist on my like,
Amazing. I love that.
so that's how I could have keep them in my life, other than
I would say obviously like their music, but I have like every time I feel like sad or like anxious, I have a Jimin photo card from the Proof compact album in my wall.
Oh,
and you're,
like,
oh, that's so cute.
that's so cute.
That's adorable.
I love
and
that.
also very effective, I'm sure.
Oh, very
it's
effective.
my very first official Jimin photo cards. I was like,
Really? That's even more special. then.
That's yeah. I was gonna say like way more special.
Pulling
Yeah.
your bias for the first time is always.
It's a whole thing. Like there's a
Very special.
ceremony. There's like
Remember the video I screamed when I pulled Yoongi for the first time?
yes.
oh my god.
Yeah, because well, what are your guys' bias? Let's talk about
Yeah.
biases.
Mine's- I'm double biased, which is a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is
yeah,
a
it's
thing.
Jungkook and Namjoon. Those are
Love that.
I'm vehement all the way. Jimin is my
Jimin.
bias and he's my bias record.
If you guys been watching the podcast, you know who our biases are. I'm Jin, obviously. I mean,
Just give me a moment.
yeah. Your shirt is so cool.
thanks.
If you guys couldn't tell, these are on my desk.
I don't know who your bias is. You're gonna have to like maybe
Yeah, you have to like zoom in or
gotta
like
zoom
be more
in.
specific.
Or, Min Yoongi. I love how we all have like the different biases. I think that's really interesting.
I like how we like have like the dads of like
Yeah,
BTS.
yeah,
That's so funny.
Oh, yeah, me too.
it's very, very true. Did you guys, when you like first started liking BTS, did you have like, was your bias like, has they been your bias like the whole time, or was there like a member that stood out to you and then your bias earlier came later, or what?
Yeah, well, I've always been a bias, but Namjoon has always been my bias.
Yeah.
And then at first, like Jimin was my bias record, but then Jungkook turned 23,
Listen,
and then I had to add him on.
Yeah.
he's not a good
So that's what
representative
happened
of the
there.
97 liners because I do not feel as young and spry as he is. And I am also a 97 liner, and I feel very insulted, but also honored.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
For me, I mean, once you gym in, you can't gym out. So
Facts.
True.
That's
been riding with
that's
you
a
about
fact.
time.
That is
It's a
very
fact.
true.
That is a fact, actually.
Did yours change? Yes, I don't remember. At the time.
So when I first got into BTS, it was the music video Save Me. So that was like my ARMY song. And the first member that I noticed was V, because in that video he has bright red hair, and I couldn't not like, I mean, it happened
Did
like
not
that.
Look at V.
And then Jin with the blonde hair just like crept right in, and I was done. I was like, it's over. Like, I don't remember a time that he was not my bias after that fact. Like, it was just, it was a takeover. He just was like, you saw V? Nah, fam. No.
Nope.
Ain't nobody.
Move over.
That.
And then, like, obviously, like, OT7, they all wreck me all of the time. I feel like lately it's been Jimin for some reason that's, like, really been standing out for me.
Listen.
I don't know. He's a crazy person.
Jimin and
You all see
Hobi
his
have been
portfolio
issues.
thing?
Bro.
Yeah, bruh. The portfolio, listen,
That was crazy.
like, soul
See, but-
left body. I don't,
Yeah.
like, I can't
For
with
me,
him.
it's been your man, your grandpa of the group, Min Yoongi.
Min Yoongi.
Him
Like,
with the mullet. Coming for me.
Listen.
Him in black.
So
Him in black with the
if you
mullet.
if you
I
listen to
can't.
the podcast, like most people know how Min Yoongi entered my life and never left. He jumped on that piano and Boy with Love, and then
That was
stayed
it.
there. Yeah.
that was it.
he bit his lip, and I was like, goodbye.
Goodbye. I'll see y'all later. Oh,
And
what
now here we are.
Yeah, it's freaking true. So we have Save Me, Boy with Love. What are your guys' like ARMY song? What's the song that like got you into BTS?
It's embarrassing. Blood, sweat, and tears.
Yo,
It's not embarrassing.
that's not embarrassing.
This
That's
is
like
chef's kiss. I'm giving you the French hands.
Okay, thank you.
Blood, Sweat, Tears.
For
Listen.
me, it's been Magic Shop.
Oh,
That's yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That one, yeah.
you
that's a
don't hear
song.
that one often for like the song that introduces you to BTS. But
Yeah,
that's
that's
a very
true. No,
special
I love
one. Yeah.
Magic
very
Shop
special.
is like, oh, we've talked about love. Listen, we've talked about Love Yourself here on this podcast too many times to count.
Mhm.
It's just a perfect album, and I will hear no arguments. Like it is a perfect album. And Magic Shop on that album, I don't know what it is, but every time I listen to that song, it just takes me, like it transports me to a different place, a different time, a different era. I don't know. There's just something about it that like comforts you to the point where you're just like, I don't know, it like sedates me. I have to like listen to it when I'm like sad, you know, and it's just like it sedates me.
I wasn't expecting you to say that it sedates me. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, that's how I feel. That is how I feel.
Sorry.
That is how I feel.
Jesus. It sedates me. Let's go.
So we were talking about, you know, as we were talking about BTS here, I want to know, do you have like a favorite song? Is there like a top 5? Do you have like what's the situation?
This is
Okay,
a
I'll give you
hard
mine.
one. We've done the showdown like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah,
And that was hard.
it's so hard.
God, top 5. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm putting Euphoria. I don't know if you're mentioning solos, but I'm putting Euphoria.
I love that song. Yes,
Okay, and then
it's hard.
It really is.
This is why we had a 2-hour podcast about it.
I know Mono is an entire album, but it's gonna have to go up there.
I mean, I can't disagree with that. I literally can't.
We do the
in
rules
there.
here. You do whatever you want.
It's true.
And then I'm trying to think of like a really fun BTS song that I really like. I really like obviously Run BTS.
Oh
But
yeah.
So What is just I don't know,
Oh,
it's ingrained in me. It's just so fun.
I have ascended.
true.
And then top 2, oh God. Okay, Spring Day
Yeah.
is number
Facts.
1.
The Queen.
Okay, I
The
skipped over
queen,
number 2.
yeah.
But I'm trying to think of something that's more comforting. That's not like, I guess maybe I'll put Life Goes On up there.
Yes. Yes.
I guess it'll just
get
have that
you.
vibe.
I got you.
Yep.
That's
Okay,
my.
I think I know we're not doing solo, but
So
Promise
Oh.
3.
that's number 3.
Yeah, 3.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna do 4 or 5. 4.
We're posing the difficult questions today.
Are you trying to pick a Jin song?
I am. I don't know if I want Abyss or Symphony.
Epiphany or Abyss?
Epiphany. Okay, I'm gonna do Epiphany.
Ah, yes.
5. I'm gonna do Dang.
Oh, yo.
Nice.
Oh, I forgot about Ugh.
2.
Oh,
2.
God.
I'm gonna do Life Goes On.
Oh.
And then
Okay,
1,
yeah.
I'm gonna do. One's gonna have 2 answers: Spring Day and Blue and Gray.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Blue and Gray is like.
Oh,
I've decided to swap Life Goes On for Ugh because that song
fair.
every single time. I'm sorry.
No, it's fair. It's
Just
honestly
the image of
it's fair.
Hobi and June just pushing Yoongi around, you know.
Listen, it's a whole thing. It is a whole thing. Do you have like a favorite album, or is like like out of their discographies, they're like one album that stands out amongst all of the other ones.
Yeah, I'm picking Love Yourself, Her.
Okay, I'm gonna love yourself persona.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting. I do love both of those choices. Her is such an interesting album.
Yeah.
I find like to start the Love Yourself series with her.
Her was rough, but also like masterpiece.
Yeah.
Mm.
Especially
it's just like so fun.
Yeah. And especially to lead it into Tear and then have Answer as like the final chapter of that trilogy is just such an interesting start, because to me it's like, you know, they're sort of exploring these emotions before we actually get into Tear, which is like and then Answer, it's like, you know, they've gone through the shit to get to the other end.
Get through the shit to get to the end. Yes,
yeah, pretty
course.
much. Yeah. I listen. And to start off like the map of the Soul series with Persona is so interesting as well, because like, man, Junie really starts off that album.
Yeah.
Persona is such a good song.
Who the hell am I? Like, come on, sir.
But also that's when I became an ARMY.
Yeah. So
but yeah, mine is Map of the Soul 7 because that was like my full actual comeback. My first actual comeback. And it was also like 3 days before my birthday. So I was like, let's go.
Nice.
Yeah. Mine, it's so hard.
But I love Tear. Like Tear has a special place in my heart.
Yeah. There's like, it's so difficult because it's like Save Me with Young Forever, and then my first comeback being Wings. It's so, and then like Love Yourself, Tear. It's so difficult to like pinpoint.
It's always got like a special place in your heart, like your first comeback.
Yeah. Listen, Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
She knows.
That's where Jimin became my bias record in that video.
I understand. Like Jimin, I don't know what he was doing, but like, goddamn. I don't know. Tear, I feel like is up there. It's really hard to pick a one. I feel like for now.
How many times have we talked about Tear?
It's true. There's just so many good songs on there. Like, there's not one song that I love over the other in that album. They're all just perfect. I don't know. So
sorry.
It's fine.
I was thinking about Jimin and Black Swan, and that's why my brain.
Yes,
man.
I can't believe I didn't put that in top 5 songs. Right? It's like that's like a disgrace.
Oh, yeah,
like,
Black Swan.
Like... Listen.
Jimin owns that song.
Yeah. The year that Black Swan came out, it was literally the most listened song on my Spotify.
Yeah, for good reason. It's like, it's Black Swan. Like I
wasn't expecting it. Like I wasn't expecting to love it as much as I do. And it's weird for me to say that.
Yeah, I mean, with the title Black Swan, there's like obviously things that come up from that because it's a ballet and it's a very famous ballet. And so, you know, how does that really relate to the BTS? But the way that they play with that, especially like in the music video, but also in like the lyrics, is so interesting to me. Because it's like, it's kind of like a double entendre here, because it's like Black Swan, obviously like from the ballet, is like the evil persona, and we want to like have like, everybody wants to be the white swan, whereas nobody wants to be the black swan. But I think, you know, BTS saying like, maybe it's okay to be engulfed by the black swan a little bit and like understand those emotions and live in those emotions for a while and come out the other end, maybe a little bit grayer, maybe a little bit changed, is like an okay thing to have happen. I just love that song. It's just so good.
Giving Queen Spring Day a run for her money.
I mean, they fight all the time on Twitter. So back to your shop here for a second. What are like some things that you want your audience to take away from your collections and the merch that you, and the message that you want to like send to them?
Hello, sorry, we're back. The rain messing things up.
Okay, no worries, no worries. What does we're gonna switch gears a little bit from BTS back to your shop, and I just want to know, like, what are some things that like your audience wants, that you want to have them take away from the things that you're trying to promote and the merch that you have, and what does it mean to you as an overall thing when people like really love the stuff that you're trying to make?
Yeah, I think the more thing we're gonna take away from this, like being like, of course, when you say self-love journey, it seems like a hero's journey. Like it's like, oh, you obviously come out on the end and you're like fully in love with not in love with yourself, but you fully love yourself and appreciate yourself. And I think that's not. We want them to remember to always be like, be patient on your journey while doing it, because it might take several years before you actually achieve that. And also like self-love looks differently upon everyone, I think. So just take your time, you know, be patient with it. And when we see that people like appreciate and love our merch, we're like, firstly, shocked that people are buying. And second, really considering that, you know, COVID and recession, especially in America here. But yeah, we feel so fulfilled and like so like appreciative and so like, okay, we did a good thing today. Like we helped someone recognize or either start their journey or where they might be in their journey, sort of just like get one step closer to whatever they want to achieve in the process. So that's, yeah.
I love that. I love that.
My heart is so full right now.
It's so full. What do you guys see for the future? Like, what is the future of OnlySeven? What's the trajectory? What do you see?
Yeah, I think mostly just like we want to obviously grow a larger audience so that we can, you know, spread our message or continue to spread Namjoon's message really more forward into a larger audience, you know, our way. And also, yeah, just in the future in terms of like, other than obviously numbers and like followers and all that, it's not really necessarily what we are looking for, but definitely will help. But we would love to do like a pop-up shop or any cool like event, you know, just to be able to like meet people in person.
Yes.
And give people lots of hugs as they're there and make them feel like, okay, this is more than just buying.
Sign me up.
Yeah,
sign me up.
Like it's just more than just like you buying a hoodie or a joggers. I mean, yeah, it's more than that. It's about the community. It's about the community. And then, you know, we're here for you, and we hope that you feel just as loved as we hope you do one day.
Yeah, I also feel like our generation is the generation of like mental health awareness. Let's fix what our parents and grandparents did not do or could not do. So let's work together and fix it. And I feel like not only BTS, but I feel like we are not only armies either, but we're trying to like create communities that strive to advocate for self-love.
I love that.
I do feel like our generation is a generation of understanding and advocating for stuff that were repressed before. And I love that you guys are also doing that.
Yeah, it's an important step in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, that was so profound. I'm at a loss for words.
She's over here like, oh my god.
Oh my god. Do you want to talk about your new collection that's going to be coming out?
Yes, our new collection.
Fill us in.
It's called Growing to Love Yourself. It's sort of about like in essence, it's about like deep work and rest on this journey that you're taking, because I think that's, again, also very important, and also helps with like self-reflection. And so we're coming out with some new sweatshirts and some joggers to match and some tote bags, in like a natural color, like a sage green, and then like a nice blue and pink color. Sort of, we wanted to evoke sort of obviously Namjoon sort of, not an aesthetic because he doesn't own it, but that sort of vibe.
Yeah.
It's like fall, and then also with like Jimin with the pinks and the blues. So it sort of reminds me of serendipity in that way.
Oh yeah. I can definitely see it. Yeah.
Me too.
Time to go Namjoon in with Jimin and Junie.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we have to like remind people that you can only become the best you if you take care of yourself.
You know, I saw this this TikTok the other day about you know, like ARMY created shops, and how like the merch that you guys create and that ARMY creates is like so much better than the merch we get at like concerts and stuff. Because it's true. Like
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like we have.
It is true. How many times
true.
are we saying that Hive should hire ARMYs?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know why they don't.
Me neither. I'm like, they're genius. Like, because we think so deeply about BTS and how much they've affected us personally, I feel like we and you as like artists create more and better merch because the influence that we have is just like full. Like there isn't that like, oh, we need to create an album collection or like
there's also like a better understanding
collection
of like going deeper into the meaning of the music and the lyrics and like the universe of BTS.
And it's so creative.
So,
like I like some of the ARMY created merch I have, I'm like, it's so like creative and different from the like official merch that I have.
I think most like my shirts are like ARMY created.
Yeah, same.
Merch. Yeah.
I'm like, it's just it's amazing.
Wouldn't have it any other way, really.
No, not at all.
Because also we don't always necessarily want like merch that's like super in your face about a band.
Yes, the subtle
love, like, subtle merch.
Yeah, the subtle merch to me is like,
and you guys are doing a great job with that too.
I agree.
So
wear that every day.
It's great. Yeah.
To work, to Namjoon, to lounge.
Our merch is like not BTS. Like you won't find like their name.
I think the essence of like the mess, I guess, because like as Namjoon explained, like everyone can relate to this message. It's not something that BTS is only like they exclusively feel this way about self-love, but it's universal in that way. And I think that we only connected to because one, we're ARMYs, and then two, like something we're dealing with ourselves. So
I love that too.
And then the where it comes from, then it's a secret between ARMYs, and we're like,
Yeah, you like see it, you're like, ARMY? Question mark? I don't know.
I think maybe we may, like in the future, we do have some cool like more BTS focused like designs. So depending on if people want that, we may provide that.
Well, comment down below, guys, if you want that. Like, you know,
we're excited. Please let us know.
Let us know. We'll pass the message along. So, let's shift a little bit to BTS because we had some things come out this week. I think we all should talk about it.
Are we ready to rumble?
Oh, well.
Maybe?
That's the facts.
So I'm just gonna say it. The Astronaut is out.
Yes, let's talk about the Astronaut. I want to know the thoughts. I want to know the opinions. I want to know everything. What did you guys think of the music?
I had this conversation with Tamyra the other day. I was like, I'm so proud of Jin. He was considered the worst, whatever that means, vocalist in BTS, and now he is on stage at an arena with Chris Martin with Coldplay by himself. like doing big things. Like that is so, I'm so proud of him.
Also, his voice sounds, what he did with his voice is like elevated, and it sounds so different.
Yeah.
From, like,
I just love that he used more of his lower register too.
Yeah, we got to see like
He
his
sounds so good.
Oh my god. Did you guys go and see the concert in the theater, or did you watch the YouTube link?
I watched the YouTube link.
Nice.
This was a lucky one.
Yes, I saw it in the
Oh,
feed.
God.
Yeah. So I went. I was gonna go with our friend Moon, who's in our like Maple Army group chat, and because she lives in Calgary as well, and I was gonna go with my mom, but my mom wasn't feeling well, and Moon had to go. She had like an early flight the next day, so she couldn't go with me. So my dad ended up going with me instead. Because I was like, I can go alone, like I don't care, it's not a big deal. But yeah, I saw it in theaters. My dad actually had a really good time. He's not his musical taste isn't like a huge range like mine is. He's very much like rock and metal, and that's basically it, like that's his line. But he ended up having like a really good time, and he was really enjoying like the Coldplay music, and I was sobbing basically the whole time. I like Fix You and Yellow, and My Universe
like, Jess is like has been a very huge fan of Coldplay for like forever. And then you add Jin to the mix, then
done.
Yeah.
Just done. Like My Universe came on, and it really brought me back to PTD LA, because I got to see that live with Chris coming on stage, and it just like brought me back to all those feelings, and I was just like crying. And then Jin came on, and I'm just sobbing. Like Chris started the introduction and I'm crying, and then Jin came on and I'm just sobbing. Like it's uncontrollable tears at that point because he looked so happy and he was just like enjoying his time, and I was just like, this is the last time we're gonna see him on stage for a while. And it just like all of those emotions kind of just like floodgates were open. And my dad, we were like in the car, and he's like explaining how much he loved it, and I'm not really talking because I don't want to start crying again. And he's like, was that your boy? Was that Jin? And I was like, yes, that's my boy. I was like crying into popcorn. Good Lord.
Yeah, I told Jess that I made the mistake of rewatching the Astronaut performance right before we called. And I was like, why am I doing this?
Why am I doing this? The song is just so...
It's so good.
It's just so good. And the fact that like he wanted to release a song that said both goodbye, but also I'm gonna be back at the same time is just, I don't know, it's just perfect. And the fact that like Chris was doing it, like I love Coldplay for many reasons. You know, they have this similar messaging to BTS where, you know, it's about love yourself, love others, you know, spread positivity, that kind of stuff. And I think the collaboration together with them was the perfect thing. And the fact that like Chris is just the sweetest guy ever. And obviously like him and Jin's relationship is just so cute. I can't, I'll never be over it. Like
they hugged, and when he ran to him in his arms, I was like, oh my God.
And the head kiss,
I was done, like done. I was like, I'm trying to watch the performance, but like these tears won't stop coming out of my eyeballs. Like I can't help myself.
The tears, help. But what did you guys think of the music video?
So good.
It was so pretty.
Yeah.
Like pretty is how I describe that. It was so pretty.
Yeah.
And
wasn't it just so different from other like Jin music videos too?
Really was.
yeah, too.
Like filmmaking wise, it's so interesting because they're using an aspect. I'm gonna get really technical. We're using
this is the fun part of talking music videos, Jess.
So first of all, like the VFX were unreal, like really great job with the VFX.
Yeah.
Like even like the credits wise, you can see just like how much crew comparatively to other music videos were on this one, particularly in the post-production, because usually like they don't have a lot of like VFX and stuff like that in their music videos. So to have like almost 20 different crew members is kind of unheard of, especially for a solo venture. Like that's crazy. And then the second part of that is like the music video itself is filmed in a different aspect ratio than a lot of the other music videos. It's very cinematic, like very wide angle lenses, like almost anamorphic, but not quite that wide angle. It's very fascinating to me because it's a very rare aspect ratio to use that. Like nobody in music videos really uses that aspect ratio. And to me, it kind of gives us like a much wider field of view to a lot of the shots. So you get way more information. And it just makes it seem like both distant, but also like close up at the same time. It's got like that feeling of I'm gonna be leaving, but I'm coming back sort of a vibe with it, which is really smart and clever on the cinematographer to use that in a music video.
Yeah, it was subtle but powerful.
Yeah.
Subtle but powerful.
I felt very warm too.
Yes. Yeah. I've seen like a lot of theories online, and I think the combination of all of them, like obviously for me anyway, I think the girl represents ARMY. She represents us, and the fact that like, you know, putting on the helmet and like sending us off, teaching us how to ride a bike, you know, letting us go. But I also think like him going through the crowd to me is like that's him in the military. And when he sees the astronaut and goes into the like purple galaxy, that's like him remembering all of the times he had with ARMY, and the choice to like have the spaceship take off and him not get on it is like him coming back to us, and he gets to like come back to his home, to the cul-de-sac. That's what I think anyway. Crying, actually crying. Well, and just like all the subtle things, like I saw like in the background, like my universe was in there. Chris as the newscaster is the funniest thing.
It's hilarious.
It's so funny. Like, stop it. I love you.
Squeeze.
That's ridiculous. And having like the ARMY in Braille and like it on his neck, like there's so many like subtle things that I'm just like, this is so sweet. And to put it into like a final package for us, and to like release like a whole album with like photo cards and posters and like all of these things, I think is the perfect, like, I don't know, standby while we wait for him to come back. And like all the members, I feel like Hobi's the same way, like with his album, just to like give us something to like hold on to while we wait for them to do their service and then come back. It's heartbreaking.
I'm
obviously.
sad.
It's yeah.
I wasn't sad, but now I'm sad.
I was thinking about like how like thoughtful Jin is to just do all like hype labels, of course, but also just like Jin is to take notes of those details.
Yeah,
because he didn't have to.
No.
And some artists outside of K, not even just K-pop, but outside of K-pop, they sometimes they don't take that amount of care into their art.
That is very true.
Not at all.
And that was just like incredible. I mean, that, but we kind of not that we expect that from them, but we've seen them do that similar thing before. You know, take that much care into their art. So.
Yeah. Well, and I think, you know, it's also heartbreaking because he was, you know, talking on his live that he wanted to go in the summer, like he wanted to enlist in the summertime at June when they announced that they were taking a break from their group work. And I had this like feeling that was going to be the case just because they announced that they were taking a break from group work. And I thought, you know, it makes sense for him to go at that time. Like logically it makes sense. But the fact that he stayed for the concert and stayed for like the release of the song, it makes me just want to cry so hard, because it's like
it just kept being pushed back and pushed back and pushed back and pushed back.
The fact that they are so unselfish and that they wanted, like, they've said goodbye to us 3 separate times, like Map of the Soul 7, the B album, and then Proof. Like, that's 3 separate times that we've gotten a goodbye from them, and they still can't do it.
Right.
You know,
I was thinking like it would be incredibly sad if he did leave in June. Well, logically it makes sense just because like it's June 13th, you know, when they started, when they debuted, and it's like, we don't want you to leave when you just begun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's true.
But also just the pushback was just so frustrating.
Yeah. I honestly, it's so ridiculous that people had such a problem with that, to be honest. I'm like, first of all, it's none of your business. Like, why are you questioning this? Like, it's their decision ultimately, and we have nothing to do with it, and you shouldn't be questioning that at all. I have spent like so much time being like angry at other people, but I think that the way that they were able to handle it is obviously amazing. Like, they handle all of their criticism and all of their bad press or whatever the media wants to paint them as. Obviously, they always handle it so well. And I'm just so proud of them. Like, regardless of what anybody else says, I think that they're doing what they need to do for themselves. And that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm glad they took a break between them leaving.
They need one.
They need one.
I think it's actually selfish of some armies to say that they shouldn't go on break.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Like,
they need it.
Why they're freaking humans. Let them do whatever they want.
Yeah, and I think
also, I feel like they sacrifice their lives.
Yeah.
Especially Jacob. Like, I'm really concerned about Jacob. Because when he entered,
I'm also concerned about Namjoon too.
He was 15.
Yeah.
Namjoon seems to go
Namjoon's had like a lot of pressure being the leader and everything too. You're right.
Yeah. Well, and he's the only English speaker too, so it's kind of, it's tricky when you're the voice of a band
your group,
that's like massive.
Yeah.
But I think this will be good. And honestly, like we said when this announcement came out, like 2025 is not that far away. Like, realistically, it's like the distance between when B was released and when Proof was released. That's the distance between.
Time goes by so freaking quick.
It's so
honestly
quick.
And like told us that like they're preparing / prepared content that's going to be released all throughout that time. And so we're not going into a complete drought.
No.
But also, this is a time for them to do what they have to do, what they want to do. And if you're like, we say this from time to time, if you're a true ARMY, you will respect them and love them and let them do what they need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also just watch In the Soup and be quiet.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry, we have so many Run BTS episodes that we need to catch up on.
BTS, we got Run BTS, we got like 4 seasons of Bon Voyage, we got 2 BTS In the Soup plus the Wooga squad.
Oh yeah. We have so much content.
You're good.
We're good. I think we're okay.
MVs.
Plus, we gotta chart all of their discography at some point. So I feel like, we got some work to do.
Would y'all ever do like a tier list for their? Would you ever do like a tier list for their whole entire discography?
Yeah,
that would be insane. A while.
Yeah, that's so long. It's crazy.
The showdown took us a while. Can you imagine doing a tier list?
Wow.
It would take us forever.
You got time.
We got time though. We have so much time.
That is very true.
We got so much time.
But otherwise, also other news this week, Junie and Hobi attended the W Korea's Love You W for breast cancer awareness.
First of all.
And we got a freaking sexy new Kim performance.
First of all.
Yes.
I don't know, Kim Namjoon. I don't know what to say about you right now because the turtle.
He was fully
The turtleneck.
The turtleneck.
Fully dressed.
The turtleneck. He looks so thick. For what?
Yes.
For
And
what?
he doesn't look like Steve Jobs. He's killing it.
I don't understand. Like, did he like see that we were like crying over the astronaut? Was like, I know how to solve this. I know how to solve it. I know how to solve it. I know how to fix our needs.
Like thirst traps every single time it's sad.
And Hobi being like the proud mom, like recording him the whole time. It's just like,
that, like them just like vibing to Hype Boys.
I can't.
Jessie going to Hobi while she was performing.
I can't.
Like freaking amazing.
It was amazing. I love that we got like some behind the scenes stuff.
Junie being shy when one of the photographer asked them to do a freaking card. It's not like they've been together for like over a decade.
Right.
It was just and I'm just gonna be living rent free for a while of that performance. There are no words. There are no words.
We're already dead, and you keep kicking us on this.
I know. I'm like, sir, listen, I can't survive anymore. Like, how do you expect me to live on a daily basis if this is the kind of content you're going to be releasing? Hello?
Can't. How am I supposed to keep up?
I don't know. I don't.
You don't with the bullet.
We're supposed to be on a break. What happened? Like,
we've been saying this for almost 2 years.
Yeah, you're right. It is what it is.
But otherwise, I think that's the full thing on BTS news. Those were like the two big
things this week.
News.
Specs.
So we're gonna go to our artist shout out, which is obviously OnlySeven.shop.
Yes.
Please go check them out.
Definitely.
These girlies are amazing.
They are.
They are so nice. They are so talented, so creative.
Very much
we love them.
We love them so much. How do we
appreciate being here?
Oh. How do we get in contact with you guys? What are your social media stuff? We'll obviously put it in the description, but shout yourselves out.
Our Instagram is at OnlySeven.shop, and our website is www.OnlySeven.shop.
Amazing.
And we also have a TikTok, same tagline.
OnlySeven.
Love to see it.
Yes. Better follow them. Better give them lots of love. Send them all the kindness.
Do it.
Please
do it. But also before we end, we're still doing our songs of the week.
Yes.
And you're gonna get double the songs this week because we're 4 here. Hey. So do you guys want to go first?
Sure. I will. My BTS song of the week is Blue and Gray. That song makes me cry
every day.
Makes me cry every time I hear it.
There's just like no explanation needed. We all get it.
Absolutely not. And what's your non-BTS song?
20 something by SZA. It's like a song about like the struggles of being in your 20s. Which, like right now, I'm like really just being in the 20s is hard, man.
Relatable.
I get it. I definitely get it.
You guys should check it out if you want.
I'll definitely put it on my list.
Run BTS, obviously. I've been listening to that song. I've been watching the performance and listening to the song like twice every single day since we came here. And then my non-BTS song is Matilda by Hairstyles. It's very sad, but it's not very sad. It's very comforting and kind. I think that was his intention, to sort of express that you can leave a toxic environment, even if it's your family. Leave a toxic environment and go live your life and be happy. You don't have to feel guilt.
Wow. So, Harry Styles, what an icon.
True.
We love him.
Hitting the heartstring real hard.
Ooh. Ooh.
So my BTS song is also Run BTS because I've been listening to that song an unhealthy amount since it came out, and the performance as well. We got each other.
Facts.
We know.
I mean,
And my non-BTS song, it kept changing, but I settled on Iron Mouse's King cover. It's just, she's done like such a good job, and it's like very upbeat, and like it's a very fast beat, and it's just like I feel like I kind of needed to go hard with how I've been feeling this week, so it just made sense. So that's my non-BTS song this week.
So my BTS song is obviously The Astronaut. I mean,
Yes.
there are no words. It is the song of this week.
Yes.
My not BTS song. So in the fall time, I like to listen to sort of like more lo-fi, chill beats. It kind of just like brings me into fall perfectly. And the person who like really resonates with me in the fall is Ed Sheeran. I don't know why, but like his songs are just like, I don't know, they just give you the fall, like you just want to go for a walk with like leaves everywhere.
That is very true.
Yeah. So from his first album, Lego House is going to be my song this week. I love that song so much. There's just something about it that I don't know, like I resonate so much with. And I feel like it does go into like the, you know, loving others and loving yourself. There's just something about it that like just hits so well.
Yeah.
It's Ed Sheeran. I mean, like,
That's very true. That is
so
very
many great
true.
songs. Like,
I just,
so many.
I can't.
So many good songs.
It's such a good song. I just, you know, I just can't. So that brings us to the end of this week's podcast.
Are we out of here?
Thank you so much for being with us this week. It's really an honor to have you on our podcast and an honor chatting with you.
And you're always welcome to come back.
Always. Always welcome.
Yes.
So I guess I'm gonna wrap this up now. I'm gonna do my spiel.
Wrap it out, Jen. Bring us home.
Let's go. You got this.
All right. So as usual, we have a new podcast episode coming out every Thursday and a new clip coming out every Sunday at 3 p.m. EST. You can also listen to us basically on any app where you would listen to your podcasts on the go, because you can.
You
should.
You should.
You better. I will come at your house.
You can also find us on our social medias, except Facebook, still hasn't changed.
No.
At Army Think Tank or at Army Think Tank Podcast. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified whenever we post a new video. On that note,
have a good week, everybody.
And we'll see you guys next Thursday.
See you next Thursday. Bye.